Rudra is a Rigvedic deity, associated with wind or storm, and the hunt. The name has been translated as the roarer. In the Rigveda, Rudra has been praised as the mightiest of the mighty. The Sri Rudram hymn from the Yajurveda is dedicated to Rudra, and is important in the Saivism sect. The Hindu god Shiva shares several features with the Rudra. The theonym Shiva originated as an epithet of Rudra, the adjective Shiva being used euphemistically of Rudra, who also carries the epithet Agara, or Bhayanka. Usage of the epithet came to exceed the original theonym by the post-Vedic period, and the name Rudra has been taken as a synonym for the god Shiva, and the two names are used interchangeably. Etymology: the etymology of the theonym Rudra is somewhat uncertain. It is usually derived from the root rud, which means to cry, howl. According to this etymology, the name Rudra has been translated as the roarer. An alternative etymology suggested by Professor Pischel derives Rudra as the red one, the brilliant one, from a lost root rud, to be red, or to be ruddy, or respectively, according to Grassmann, to shine. A Rigvedic verse Rukdravethi, di Rudraha, where Ruk means sorrow, misery, Dravethi means to drive out or eliminate, and Ti means that which or he who, implies Rudra to be the eliminator of evil and usherer of peace. Stella Kramrisch notes a different etymology connected with the adjectival form Rudra, which means wild, that is of Rudra nature, and translates the name Rudra as the wild one, or the fierce god. R.K. Sharma follows this alternate etymology and translates the name as the terrible in his glossary for the Shiva Sahasranama. The commentator Zaryaa to the first suggests 6 possible derivations for Rudra. However, another reference states that Siana suggested 10 derivations. The adjective Shivam in the sense of propitious, or kind, is applied to the name Rudra in RV 10.9 to 2.9. According to Gavin Flood, Shiva used as a name or title occurs only in the late Vedic Katha, whereas Axel Michaels asserts that Rudra was called Shiva for the first time in the Shveta Angstrom Upanishad. Rudra is called the archer, and the arrow is an essential attribute of Rudra. This name appears in the Shiva Sahasranama, and R.K. Sharma notes that it is used as a name of Shiva often in later languages. The word is derived from the Sanskrit root angstramav, which means to injure, or to kill, and Sharma uses that general sense in his interpretive translation of the name Sharva as one who can kill the forces of darkness. The names Danvin and Bharata the first Anasta also refer to archery. In other contexts the word Rudra can simply mean the number 11. The word Rudraksha, or Eye of Rudra, is used as a name both for the berry of the Rudraksha tree, and a name for a string of the prayer beads made from those seeds. Rigvedic hymns. The earliest mentions of Rudra occur in the Rigveda, where 3 entire hymns are devoted to him. There are about 75 references to Rudra in the Rigveda overall. Epithets of fierceness and fright equals. In the Rigveda, Rudra's role as a frightening god is apparent in references to him as Ghora, or simply as a Saudavam. He is fierce like a formidable wild beast. Chakravarti sums up the perception of Rudra by saying, Rudra is thus regarded with a kind of cringing fear, as a deity whose wrath is to be deprecated and whose favor curried. RV 1.114 is an appeal to Rudra for mercy, where he is referred to as Mighty Rudra, the god with braided hair. In RV 7.46, Rudra is described as armed with a bow and fast-flying arrows. As quoted by Ajib Bhandaka, the hymn says Rudra discharges brilliant shafts which run about the heaven and the earth, which may be a reference to the destructive power of lightning. Rudra was believed to cause diseases, and when people recovered from them or were free of them, the two was attributed to the agency of Rudra. He is asked not to affect children with disease and to keep villages free of illness. He is said to have healing remedies, as the best physician of physicians, and is possessed of 1,000 medicines. This is described in Shiva's alternative name Vaidyanatha. Epithets of supreme rule equals. The verse RV 2.33.9 calls Rudra as the Lord or Sovereign of the universe. However, Yajurveda Eurotayuktiya Aranyaka quotes Rudra and Brihaspati as sons of Bhumi and heaven. This directly conflicts with the claim of Rudra being supreme. Relation to other deities equals. Rudra is used both as a name of Shiva and collectively as the name for the Maruts. Gavin Flood characterizes the Maruts as storm gods, associated with the atmosphere. They are a group of gods, whose number varies from 2 to 60, sometimes also rendered as 11, 33 or 180 in number. The Rudras are sometimes referred to as the sons of Rudra, whereas Rudra is referred to as father of the Maruts. Rudra is mentioned along with a litany of other deities in RV 7.40.5. Here is the reference to Rudra, whose name appears as one of many gods who are called upon. One scholaist interpretation of the Sanskrit word Valayan, meaning ramifications, or branches, is that all other deities are, as it were, branches of Vishnu, but Ralph T. H. Griffith cites Ludwig as saying this. Gives no satisfactory interpretation, and cites other views which suggest that the text is corrupt at that point. Post-Rig Vedic hymns, in the various recensions of the Yajur Veda is included a litany of stanzas praising Rudra. This litany is subsequently referred to variously as the Shatardriyam, the Namakam, or simply the Rudram. This litany was recited during the Agnikayana ritual, and it later became a standard element in Rudra liturgy. A selection of these stanzas, augmented with others, is included in the Payala Das Sota, the first Florin Hita of the Atharva Veda. This selection, with further PS additions at the end, circulated more widely as the Nalaradram. In Sikhism, the 10th Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh describes the incarnation of Rudra in his book the Dasam Granth. The canto is titled Rudra Avatar. See also, Rudras, Rudra Sampradaya, Rig Vedic deities. Notes. References, Apt, Vaman Shivram. The Practical Sanskrit Dictionary. Delhi, Motilal Banarsidass Publishers. ISBN 81-208-0567-4. Araya, Ravi Prakash. Joshi, Kayala to the first Shtveda Saw to the first Florin Hita, Sanskrit text, English translation, notes and index of verses. Parimal Sanskrit Series No. 45. Delhi, Parimal Publications. ISBN 81-7110-138-7. This revised edition updates H. H. Wilson's translation by replacing obsolete English forms with more modern equivalents, giving the English translation along with the original Sanskrit text in Devanagari script, along with the critical apparatus. A Euro RGVEDA Samhita. Parimal Publications 2004. Retrieved November 15, 2012. Basham, A. L. Zeisk, Kenneth, ed. The Origins and Development of Classical Hinduism. New York, Oxford University Press. ISBN 0-19-507349-5. Pandaka, Ramakrishna Gopal. Vaishnavism, Shaivism, and Minor Religious Systems. New Delhi, Asian Educational Services. ISBN 81-206-0122-X. 3rd AS reprint edition, 1995. Chakravarti, Mahadv. The Concept of Rudra Shiva Through the Ages. Delhi, Motilal Banarsidass. ISBN 81-208-0053-2. Chidbhavananda, Swami. Shiva Sahasranama Stotram, with Navavali, Introduction, and English rendering. Sri Ramakrishna Tapovanam. ISBN 81-208-0567-4. The version provided by Chidbhavananda is from Chapter 17 of the Anuvasana Parva of the Mahabharata. Flood, Gavin. An Introduction to Hinduism. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-43878-0. Flood, Gavin. The Blackwell Companion to Hinduism. Malden, Massachusetts, Blackwell Publishing Limited. ISBN 1-4051-3251-5. Griffith, Ralph T. H. The Hymns of the Utter the First Shtveda. Delhi, Motilal Banarsidass. ISBN 81-208-0046-X. New Revised Edition, Crumrish, Stella. The Presence of SHIVA. Princeton, New Jersey, Princeton University Press. ISBN 0-691-01930-4. Lubin, Timothy. A Euro the na Laradropania to the first pound ad in the Payala Desa to the first Florin Heater, a critical edition and translation of the Upania to the first pound ad and Nara Yaa to the first A's da Pica, a Euro in, the Athava Veda and its Payala da Sha Ka, Historical and Philological Papers on a Vedic Tradition, ed. A. Griffiths and A. Schmiedken, pages 81 a Euro 139 Arkan, Shaker Verlag. ISBN 978-3-8322-6255-6, McDonnell, Arthur Anthony. A Practical Sanskrit Dictionary. New Delhi, Munshi Monohalal Publishers. ISBN 81-215-0715-4. Majumdar, R.C. The History and Culture of the Indian People, The Vedic Age. London, George Allen and Unwin Limited. Michaels, Axel. Hinduism, Past and Present. Princeton, New Jersey, Princeton University Press. ISBN 0-691-08953-1. Sharma, Ramkaran. Shivasahasarana Mara to the first Akam, 8 collections of hymns containing 1008 names of Shiva. With introduction and Shivasahasarana Marco to the first pound A. Delhi, Nag Publishers. ISBN 81-7081-350-6. This work compares 8 versions of the Shivasahasarana Stotra. The preface and introduction by Ramkaran Sharma provide an analysis of how the 8 versions compare with one another. The text of the 8 versions is given in Sanskrit. Zimmer, Heinrich. Myths and Symbols in Indian Art and Civilization. Princeton, New Jersey, Princeton University Press. ISBN 0-691-01778-6. External links, Radha Sampradaya. Vanna quotes.